Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rock and Roller Ryan Buckley coming to you live from Chattanooga, Tennessee at ConNooga 2010. I'm sitting here with one of the greats of independent filmmaking, Lloyd Kaufman himself. Lloyd, go ahead and say hi to folks out there.
Well, greetings from Tromaville, folks. Greetings from Tromaville. I've been making movies for 40 years. I've been a failed filmmaker for 35 years. And now, finally, I made it on to Infernal Dreams, the climax of my 40 years of making movies, like Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead, and appearing in such classics as Zeppo. I wanted to appear in Trouser Snake, but I didn't make it. My snake was only a garter snake, and Jerry needed a python. That's why I'm here at InfernalDreams.net.
So, Lloyd, go ahead and tell us, how goes the struggle with the net neutrality right now?
Well, I'm the chairman of the Independent Film and Television Alliance. Now, that's the trade association, pretty much ground zero for the independent industry. And Roger Corman's a member, Troma's a member, the guy who produced the Oscar-winning movie Monster, the guys who financed Lord of the Rings, the guy who made Rambo 4. There were about 200 companies, and I got myself elected chairman so that we could go down to Washington, D.C. and lobby. And we're about to testify in front of the House Judiciary Committee. That's the Congressional House, not the House of gay men that I usually go to. But the House Judiciary Committee is holding hearings right now on Comcast eating up NBC Universal, which was eaten up by General Electric. So we are fighting against industry consolidation, vertical integration, and monopoly. We must fight monopoly. And the monopoly is, of course, threatening net neutrality on the Internet. The Internet is the last democratic medium. It's the last place where I can get some good gay porn. I mean, it's the last place where we can do research. Professors, we can do, we can get information. We can give and receive information.
We have to watch the gay porn in order to get the quality in the next one, right?
Well, if we don't have net neutrality, InfernalDreams.net goes away. And the problem is that Comcast and Disney and the Motion Picture Association of America and even the Directors Guild of America, they don't want net neutrality. Right. They don't want democracy on the Internet because they'd have to have competition. They'd have to compete with Troma Entertainment. They would. That's the last democratic medium. So Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead is sold on the Internet, and now this gentleman on the camera has just done something with his hand and his balls.
Now, Jake.
And I'm getting a big piece of wood here, Jake. So what, Jake? What that thing? Talk about a snake! Holy cow!
We're trying to do an interview here, man.
That is an eel. Oh my! That's a moray. That's a homoray eel. Oh my God! Jake Lemaster, of course. Luckily, nobody is watching this, so no one has to know that Jake Lemaster has just pulled out his moray eel in front of a distinguished filmmaker like me. Sorry.
I would say I'm insulted, but I'm not surprised.
No, you are not surprised, but I'm rather pleased. A great honor. It's better than getting an Oscar. Jake Lemaster, ladies and gentlemen.
It's all you, man.
We're living in an age of elites, and it's all about money. Howard Stern doesn't admire anything unless it makes money. If it doesn't have to do with money, Howard Stern doesn't value it. Right?
Absolutely.
That's a very bad attitude. That's why we're losing the war in Afghanistan. Our values are all fucked up.
Despite all the craziness that's going on in the world, what do you think about the recent, the big surge in independent filmmaking? I mean, that's got to be exciting for you. Well, probably
the only
not.
surge I've been seeing right here is in Jake Lemaster's pants. Luckily, he put that thing back in, so it's okay. The surge in independent cinema is great because thanks to the democratization of cinema, thanks to the digital age, anyone can make his, her, or its own damn movie. And I've written 6 books, and maybe you can read some of my books and learn how you can make your own damn movie. But that aside, which you don't have to do what Troma did for 35 years to make, because our movies were 35 millimeter and it cost between $500,000 and $1 million. I had to go out and fillet people. That is very unpleasant. You get these sores, and my brown eye is kind of black, shall we say.
They have a topical preview.
Yeah, now you tell me. The problem is, you don't have to do that anymore. Everyone can make a great movie without spending money. The problem is that due to the consolidation, due to the fact that the rules to prevent monopoly have been done away with, we can't make a living with our art. We have to go through Rupert Murdoch News Corporation or Viacom or Disney, and they eat up everybody's lunch. So it's that is the problem. The big problem is how do we support ourselves with our art? In 1976, I made Squeeze Play, and not nearly as good a movie as Poultrygeist Night of the Chicken Dead. Well, I didn't make it. Michael Hers and I, my partner Michael Hers. The Troma team made Squeeze Play, and we made a lot of money. It was easy because the theaters were not owned by the conglomerates, and they needed movies that would make money. Squeeze Play made money, so they'd book it, and they'd hold it. And then when HBO came along, they needed movies. They weren't allowed to own the content because there were laws in the United States against NBC owning the content. But Clinton got rid of those laws, so now everything is consolidated. The TV industry is vertically integrated. They're not buying independent movies. So Poultrygeist Night of the Chicken Dead, even though it played in 300 movie theaters, got good reviews in New York Times and Entertainment Weekly and InfernalDreams.net. Poultrygeist will never be on. We are economically blacklisted. And that's why I ran for chairman of the Independent Film and Television Alliance, because we need to fight. It's fight or die. And whether it's Troma or whether it's the guys who made Rambo 4 for $80 million, we all have a problem with American television.
Excellent. Well, Lloyd, thank you so much for doing this interview with us. If you want to go ahead and tell us what your website is.
The website, yes, the website, I spend most of my time at younghairlessasianboys.com. I call myself Chino, so please find me there. Also, www.troma.com. And if you'd like to buy movies like Tromeo and Juliet, which James Gunn, who's now making big-time movies like Super with Ellen Page, I just acted in it. Or maybe you'd like to see movies with Vincent D'Onofrio from CSI, you go to Troma.com, or you can go to LloydKaufman.com if you want me to act in one of your movies. Anyway, there's and the Troma Dance Film Festival is coming up. Is this going to go on the air soon?
Yeah, it's going to be up.
Well, April 17th and 16th. We do it backwards as we do everything. Troma Dance Film Festival will take place in Asbury Park, New Jersey. It's expanded. It's the 11th year. You can send in your movies. You don't have to pay to submit your movies to Troma Dance. You can see the movies for free and no VIP policy.
Excellent.
So TromaDance.com. The deadline is fast approaching. So if you filmmakers, send your movies in. Costs you nothing.
That means we can get in, right?
Well, you send it in. I have nothing to do with selecting the movies. That's why they're good. At any rate, thank you to Infernal Dreams, and stay gay.
Thank you very much, Lloyd.
Yes, thank you.
This is Ryan Buckley, signing out.
Ryan Buckley. Rhymes with Buckley.
Yes, it does.
You all the kind of burning wire. See what the blessings